Hi guys, welcome to the JKT Radio Podcast, episode number 38. I am your hostess with the mostest who is losing their mind, Kira. And I am joined by other mind lost ease, Devin. Chris.
I am very sleepy.
This fair. And McBride.
I second that notion.
Staying up till about 1:32 a.m. does that to you.
Well, the funny thing is that I'm pretty used to that. That's a
Exactly.
normal. I would go to bed at like 3 in the morning or later. But yesterday.
Yesterday was an adventure and a half.
It
Well,
was,
technically it was 2
indeed.
adventures.
Yeah, for us it was 2 adventures. And I will take fault for how long it took the second time.
As you should.
Yeah.
For context.
What the hell?
That was entirely my fault.
For context.
No context as usual.
Well, I'm just gonna say this. I have work.
No
and
context.
That's about it.
Yeah, you had work in the morning, which was added to your adventure. No context, because we love to leave you people in the dark. And it is dark actually for once when we're recording.
Well, darkish.
There is no light coming in through my window, so it's dark.
Fair.
The only light I can see outside my window is actually the garage light from next door.
I can see a little bit of sky still.
Oh. That's not too bad.
If there's random clinking in the background, I am coloring a drawing.
I don't think it's picking it up too that bad. You're doing a doodle. So how's everyone been?
I mean, we watched Venom today.
Yeah. We
Oh,
need
nice.
I need to talk about Venom. We
Okay,
need to
talk
talk
to me about Venom.
It was
All right,
made
let's
by
talk
about
Venom.
motherfuckers.
It was
I enjoy the messages from both of you I got about Venom.
so. I think as someone who. No, I'm not gonna pull the whole. Oh, I went to film school, so I know films better than everybody else bullshit.
It was made
You
by
were about to.
motherfuckers.
I was about to. But I'm like, no, I don't want to be a pretentious asshole like some of the people I went to film school with. It was like every single thing a movie could be, Venom was. Like, it was terrible, it was amazing, it was alright, it was weird, it was fucking just like
I think
holy shit.
I described on Facebook that it was like a drama casserole. Like any kind of dramatic thing that they could put in a movie, they put together, and they didn't bother to wait to see if any of the flavors actually worked.
I love it. Venom's amazing.
Yeah. And also the fact that it was clearly made by monster fuckers. Like,
Yes.
I thought people were joking about the monster fucker aspect of that movie. And then when, like, at the end, when it possesses Michelle Williams and then Michelle Williams makes out with him, but it's actually just the Venom symbiote making out with him, I'm like... Spoilers. Although I think you have both seen Venom, right?
Yeah, we've seen Venom, and isn't it like 2 years old?
Yeah, it's not 2
It's
years
old
old.
enough.
It's old enough.
Yeah.
They're doing a sequel, I know, it's fine.
What?
Yeah, they're doing a sequel. Andy Serkis is going to be making it. It's going to be with
Oh my
Carnage.
Amazing.
Ooh.
Oh, we
that
are
would be
getting
very
Carnage?
Yep.
interesting.
Well, yeah, because there is that end credits bit where Woody Harrelson's Carnage, and they're like, but how do we get people to know he's Carnage? We'll have him actually say there's going to be Carnage, because otherwise people aren't going to know it's going to be Carnage.
People are dumb.
Which is, actually, it is fair. Like, I don't really... I know Carnage exists, but I don't really know much about him as a character, apart from the fact that he's a serial killer who's got the symbiote.
Yeah.
But, like, just everything... And, like, my god, Tom Hardy in that movie... Like, Tom Hardy's just amazing in general, but, like, he's, like, almost too good for the rest of that movie. Like, when the thing first appears in his face and he screams like a little girl, I'm like, okay.
That is a real reaction.
Because it's, like, honestly, for the first little while of the movie, I'm like, oh, this is kind of terrible. Like the exposition was just, like, so in your face, and all, like, there was so many, like, writing things. I'm like, oh my god, why are they doing this? Like, they tell us, we have professional writers come and tell us that this is what you shouldn't do. And it does, but thing is, then he gets the fucking symbiote, and it, like, turns into a completely different movie. And it's like, I think so. A lot of people put it best like on the internet because it's like if you watch the trailer, it's just like it's super dark. He's this super
trying to be
dark,
Batman.
edgy. World's had enough superheroes. Time for a super villain. He's super like ugly and gross. But then you get to the movie and they're
And
like,
it's just radiating
he's like,
bisexual
"Don't call me
desire.
a parasite." Okay, I'm sorry. And then there's Tom Hardy getting in a fucking water tank full of lobsters and just ripping a chunk out of a lobster, which was apparently unscripted. Like
he just wanted to get in the lobster
nobody
tank.
told him to
He
do
just
that.
wanted to do that.
Tom Hardy was just in the middle of the scene and looks at that tank and just goes, "I'm going in that fucking tank and I'm eating a lobster."
Yeah,
Like
he just wanted to do that.
He is just like a cat in human form.
He is. It's the
he
funniest
really is.
goddamn thing. And
Hey, but you know what? It worked.
yeah,
Well.
it did. That part of it, I was like, "Fuck, this is honestly really entertaining." And like it was.
That's a man that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, and it was just, oh god, it was one of those things where it was just, you're watching this and it's like there are so many different things and some of it works and some of it really doesn't. But my god, I'll remember it.
Yeah, it is not forgettable.
Oh yeah.
Like honestly,
Yep.
I will probably remember this more than a lot of the Marvel films I see. Honestly, with obviously some exceptions, but it's just like, god damn.
Does anyone actually remember Thor 2?
No.
No, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
There was no
No.
Thor
Not
2.
willingly.
Does anybody remember Iron Man 2?
Not willingly.
No. No.
No.
I barely remember Iron Man 1.
Wait, hey, like, I don't mean to make people mad, but I barely remember Captain Marvel, so...
No,
That's
enough.
fair. There was some good points, and then there was. This is a generic superhero movie, except the superhero has tits.
I definitely do not hate Captain Marvel, and I think the whole stuff going on around it with the bunch of dude bro comic book fans is just bullshit. But I'm also watching this, I'm like, I'm trying to remember now, I'm like, well, okay, Brie Larson was in it, obviously, she was Captain Marvel.
Best actor was Goose.
Yes, the best actor was the cat.
I remember I enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I didn't hate it or anything, don't get me wrong. But the thing is, with a lot of Marvel films, it's like, well, yeah, no, I didn't dislike it, but like, was there
Here's
anything...
your superhero formula.
Yes, it's...
Have fun.
Yeah, pretty much. And the thing is, that's fine, honestly. I don't have a problem with that, but then, when it's like, when you have other people that, kind of trying to hype it up as, like, this, like, incredible cinematic experience, and you're just like, I mean, I liked it.
I think.
It was good.
I think.
Yeah.
I disliked my viewing experience of it.
Which one?
A Captain Marvel. Just because I actually had like the young toddler in the seat next to me that wouldn't calm down, and I questioned why their parents were bringing them to a show. We talked about that on the podcast, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I had like a bad experience in the movie theater watching a Marvel film. Although I do remember when me and Chris went to see Infinity War.
Oh, and my 5 stages of grief.
You went through the 5 stages of grief. But I remember like before the movie started, we were like in the front row, or like the second to front row of Infinity War.
That.
Which, god damn, if there's ever a movie you don't want to watch, like pressed right up against the screen, it's Infinity War. Because I'm just like,
Absolutely.
because you can only really even concentrate on what's going on at the center of the screen at that point.
And nothing important was on the center of the screen.
No, well, I mean, there's some things. I got the gist of everything that was going on. I remember being really...
But still, man, that sucks.
Sore.
Yeah, I remember the whole thing with Thor, because the theater just, like, fucking erupted in applause, and I remember Thanos tossing Gamora off the fucking cliff and being really upset by that. But, yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, no, Venom was just... There's a part of me, I wish I saw it in theaters, because I would have loved to watch it with, like, other people's reactions to it.
That's. I know theaters are technically open now, but
They are. I'm
not that dumb.
I'm tempted to go see Tenet, but like, not that tempted, honestly.
Yeah. There's one thing I'm sad about is there was a movie I was looking forward to go seeing in theaters, and I I don't like going to the movies by myself, but that's a movie I was willing to go walk to the theater by myself and go watch it.
What
Was it
movie?
Bill and Ted?
Yes, it was.
I knew it. I was like,
Oh.
it's gotta be Bill and Ted.
Yeah,
Thing is,
I had a friend that was really excited for that too. She
Thing
went
is,
and
I
saw
hear
it.
it's actually like really good. People are saying it's like very, very good.
The original was really good. The second one was, as it was called, kind of bogus. But it was still, I still love it. It still has a special place in my heart.
Can I just say, McBride, I still have your DVD copies of Bill and Ted. I still haven't
They're not
watched
mine.
them.
Those are mine.
Yeah.
Oh, I still haven't watched them.
I know.
It's funny because I
I
have a
know.
friend that really liked Bill and Ted.
It is good. It is hilarious because when I first watched it, I did not realize that was Keanu Reeves.
What?
I did not when I first watched it, I did not realize it was Keanu Reeves.
I didn't know Keanu Reeves was in Bill and Ted.
He's one of the main characters.
He's
Is he really?
Ted?
Oh,
yeah.
He's Ted.
see, I didn't know that.
Well, the thing is, I know
That's Keanu Reeves.
I know I really want to see the first and the second one because George Carlin's in them, and I love George Carlin like,
Yep.
so much. So
Yep. Yeah, he's
well, he's the time
I
traveler.
can't remember his
He's
name
the
right
time
now.
traveler.
Yeah, he's the time traveler, but I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah.
The name of his character.
Yeah. The not
Like,
Doctor
in-
Who guy.
A knock Doctor Who.
No.
Well, they
'Cause he shows
they do,
up
in
in a
both
phone
movies.
box.
They end up in the future.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I think that was a joke. I think on Doctor Who.
yeah. But yeah, no, I
God.
still haven't
In
seen
both
it.
movies, they end up going to the future. In the second one, they meet death. They meet God. They meet aliens. They meet the robot versions of themselves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know anything about Bill and Ted aside from the fact that it has to deal with a lot of time travel.
It's time travel, and they're
Yeah.
like stoner idiots.
They are stoner
Pretty
idiots. It's
much.
essentially these two idiots want to form a band but can't because actually neither of them know how to play music. But they end up creating world peace through their music in the future.
Yeah.
But if they don't pass this history project, one of them goes to military school and the band never happens. So Rufus, the character's name is Rufus.
What a name.
Yeah.
The naked
has to
mole
go
rat.
he time travels to the past to help them with his history project, and he gives them the time machine so that they can learn history. Their version of learning history is to actually kidnap historical figures and bring them to their history project.
Oh my god.
It's like it's like Abraham
They-
Lincoln and like
So that explains the
Socrates,
things about the
Socrates,
things about the princess.
Attila the Hun, Billy the
Yep.
Kid. It's hilarious.
yeah.
They they try to kidnap some really hot princesses and fail.
Yeah.
That are listed as really hot princesses. Hot medieval babes or something?
Yeah, something like
Yeah.
So
Says me, I haven't seen the movie, so it's like I'm like, yeah, okay.
I'm
I'm sure.
agreeing with you at this moment.
Although I
Pretending
mean I do know a little
understand.
bit about them, just because of the.
They also kidnap Joan of Arc.
Well, I mean, there's worse
It's
things
just-
that happen to her.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Napoleon.
Oh god,
Uh,
yeah.
Yeah, and then they also take all of these historical figures and let them loose in a mall.
Yep.
I mean, I would do the same thing if I had access to time travel.
Yeah.
Well, like the history project is take your historical figure of choice and what would they think of San Dimas? I think that's where the town they are in present day. So they let them loose in the mall.
Well, you know what? It works.
And yeah, it did, and then they all got
It did.
arrested.
Well, yeah.
Movie's a
that's-
wild ride,
that
guys.
seems
Yeah,
pretty
it's
fair.
it's
Trust me, even my explanation does not even do it justice.
It's
Yeah.
like,
In the second one, they actually die.
oh,
They die, and you know the old thing: if you beat death in a game, you can win your life back.
Oh, yeah.
So Death he gives them that offer, and he's like expecting people are like, oh, I'm really fast, I'll do a foot race. No, Bill and Ted come up, it's like, let's play Scrabble or Sorry or Twister and Monopoly, and he loses every single one because they're all games of chance.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the only real way to win is Like the only
It's
way
more
to
of
win
the-
is against death.
The joke is that these two idiots are like, let's play a game. Oh yeah, board games.
And yet,
And they won.
And it's funny 'cause I think Death shows up in the new one as well.
Yes.
I wouldn't be
Well, at the
surprised.
end of the second one, they actually like they stop the movie, learn how to play instruments, come back, and they do a big concert with the two of them, the super hot babes, Death and Einstein, who is like a whole different cup of coffee over there is Einstein. And then at the end, during the credits, they have like newspaper articles leading up to the 100% peaceful future of everything they did to make it that way.
Well,
Because there wasn't supposed to be more.
Yeah, but then we got Hankering, and both
Alex Winter and
Alex
Keanu
Winter
Reeves.
and Keanu Reeves are still alive and well, and I think also partially due to the fact that Keanu Reeves, because of like John Wick and stuff like that, is kind of having he's having the Keanu-sance.
Yeah.
Because everybody's suddenly realizing Keanu Reeves is actually awesome and is actually a good actor and can probably kick my ass, but he won't because he's like super nice.
he's a
He's
good
a
person.
sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
Yes. He's a sweetheart, and I'm getting my piece in because I know apparently I think there was a really early episode where I think Jason just shit on Keanu Reeves for no reason.
Oh, yeah, I think
For
I heard about
20,
that.
Yeah, I remember
20
that.
minutes.
So, well, that's
Why?
okay because Jason's wrong. So, because Keanu Reeves is great. So, yeah.
He was seeing Keanu Reeves everywhere. He had the same problem with The Rock. He was seeing The Rock everywhere. Because...
You know what? That's the only time I will say that's fair. Not correct, but fair.
Yeah,
Not correct.
it's not correct, but it is fair.
Incorrect.
I understand it. I just don't
Yes.
condone it.
Incorrect, but I understand how you
Yeah.
came to that conclusion.
Exactly.
I smell something burning, and I'm not sure if someone's cooking something on the stove and failing or not, and it's kind of concerning.
Oh
I'm probably
no.
Really
learning
concerned,
something.
All of a sudden you rush back saying the house is on fire. We completely get it.
I might get up and
Yeah.
investigate. I
That's
don't
a good
Yeah.
Probably
idea.
fair.
We'll take the reins
talk
for a
about
second.
something crazy when I come back. Do you want
Yeah.
me to keep myself muted?
It's up to you.
Yeah,
I'll leave it
that's
in
up
case
to
you hear me
you.
screaming.
Yeah,
Sounds
yeah, there
good.
we go.
That sounds good.
It'll make an interesting podcast piece, regardless.
Exactly.
We're getting story time with Kira early today.
Oh dear.
So my house burnt down.
Right.
It's just like that episode of the Fireside Chat.
Oh yes. So actually, McBride, I'm just realizing
hmm
in our last D&D session, this is your first taste of combat.
Yeah.
No.
How
Is
you
it?
feeling so far? Yeah, because in our first session there was no real combat. You guys,
Yeah, it wasn't really-
intimidated the bandit camp into submission, which,
still haven't
especially
found the source
considering
of
it was Sanair that did this, I was super surprised. Because at that point, I was the only person who knew that Sanair was an evil, child-devouring monster.
Yeah, that's
And I'm
like,
like,
that's a thing.
and I'm sitting there like, you're sparing the fucking bandits,
But not the child.
but not the. Well, I mean, yeah,
I didn't spare the bandits.
you only
Okay.
killed one of them.
Oh yeah, I was done with their shit. I had what I needed. Also, I didn't find the source of the burning, and nothing is on in the house.
That's even more concerning.
That's even more
That's
concerned.
more concerning. And it's like, I walk to the kitchen, I no longer smell burning. I walk
Oh.
outside.
Oh,
I no longer smell
that's
burning.
Worse.
I only smell it in this room.
Check your. Are you in the room with the lizard?
Yeah, I can see the connections right now. I'm looking at them.
Check the
Yeah.
lights on the top though.
No, I can see it all from where I'm sitting. I can see every part of the wires.
Is it on any?
That's the
plastic or
first-
Anything?
That's the first thing I checked, actually, is this, because I thought, like, oh shit, is it on fire?
Yeah. I know
But
that
no.
I've accidentally put the lights on fire before. Not on fire. I put the lights on like plastic at work before, and I was wondering why I smelled melting plastic.
No, I
Figured
don't
out
touch
the
my lamps very often, and I make sure never to put anything up there.
It's probably a smart decision.
The only thing up on top of the cage besides the lights is my knife that I now have to use as a key to open the cage because the key went missing.
Right, yeah, you were saying something about that before.
Okay, so what we're talking about bandits and murder and Sunnier.
Well, yeah, because I was surprised that in my D&D session, because I was asking with Brian how their first piece of combat went and how they felt about it.
The first one where you guys attempted and I just stopped, or
No, the first true combat.
Yeah, the first
Yeah.
true
Got to
combat
eat a
at the
baby.
old fortress.
the real combat,
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
took off to eat a baby.
not the combat that Cody was so excited for, and then I stopped everyone in their tracks.
Yep. I was like,
Yeah.
really? The child-eating serial killer is going to take
Serial
the...
killer's going a little bit far.
No.
Nope, he is
No.
actually a child serial killer.
Oh, that's
Yeah, he
unfortunate.
really is a child serial killer.
Yeah. That is not the first child he has tried to eat.
Rue's gonna
Well,
be
no, he's
angry.
successfully eaten other children.
Yes, he has.
100%. He's been
Rue's
doing
gonna
it
be
for
angry.
probably 10 years.
Oh, damn.
So yeah.
Hi guys.
It's even more fun than that Rue went in and took him as a friend basically immediately. Well, not friend, ally. Rue doesn't make
Yeah, because technically, I don't think, apart from Cody, nobody else, I don't think, has realized. Well, first of all, nobody actually. You and Sanair and Cody are the only people who have actually are aware of the that it's a dragon, a baby. Because only you two have actually seen it. I think.
And no, I was.
I don't think Cody saw it at all. 'Cause I took it.
No, Cody saw it at the very end when the dwarves brought you back, because one of the dwarves was
Oh,
holding
right, the
baby.
dwarves.
So, yes, the dwarves I threw at you. Well, that's actually not true. They were gonna come actually either way, but then you ran down. I'm like, well, I guess they're coming in a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's that? You're
'cause-
gonna stop at the middle and stop in the middle of your tracks, and then you're gonna eat it right there. Well,
Let's just speed up those dwarfs.
let's just speed up those dwarves a little bit.
We can't.
Yeah, I 100% knew you speeded up those dwarfs.
Oh, 100. Well, actually, I'm just trying to think. The second Draugr
They
was...
walk at 20. They walk at 25 feet a second, or every 6 seconds, and we were running.
It might have
True.
been closer.
They also, yeah. The thing is, there's also paths to get to that road that you wouldn't necessarily know about.
That's fair.
But also, yes, I did speed them up a little bit, just to. I'm like,
Somebody cast haste on them as they went.
You
Yes.
didn't want me to eat the snack.
well, because thing is, they're coming down. They see like 3 of their compatriots dead, and then they're coming through, and then they just see a fucking white dragonborn running with this fucking dragon baby, and they're like, stop, and then you fucking attacked them.
They attacked me first.
Actually, yes, that's true. They did attack you first because no one is supposed to be down there.
They attacked me first. I was self-defense, man.
Yes, this is true. I will actually not dispute that. That is true. They did attack you first because you were about to eat a fucking baby.
They didn't know that.
You just said I go to eat the baby, and I'm like, but wait,
There's more.
because literally I was
I
gearing up.
wanted to eat the
The
baby.
thing is, I was actually gearing them up to chuck spears at you before you said you were gonna eat the baby, and you said I'm gonna eat the baby. I'm like, quick, more D8s. No.
Don't
I
eat the
almost ate
baby.
the baby.
'Cause-
Yeah, Chris, I know you don't want to hear it, but I have a criminal background as Sunair,
Oh boy.
and I gave Devin a whole spiel on how children.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
Mhm.
unfortunate.
Hmm There's, I think I gave you 3 different methods of how he gets children.
Yep.
Yeah, something like that. He's a horrible man. He's a
Yeah.
horrible, horrible man. He's actually in his description of like the flaws and all that, and it's just like, flaws, everything. This is just a horrible man. That's what I wrote. This is literally a horrible man. This is a chaotic, evil man.
Oh.
Yep.
He's here to watch the world
didn't know you were
burn
chaotic
and nothing
evil, 'cause-
else.
Yeah, Rue's
Chaotic
good.
evil.
Yeah, I don't think anybody else in there is even remotely near the evil alignment. So, I think that was pretty much as soon as you bolted and were making plans with the kid. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to roll another character because there's not a fucking chance in hell.
Even if you managed to survive that encounter, we would have killed you.
I'm surviving that encounter.
Well, yeah, because they've taken you prisoner, but there's not a.
And I have created deception.
You created
I've created-
deception.
I have created a whole lot of deception
That's
You created
against against the players.
yeah. I'm sure that'll go well.
Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing any of the players have that could dispute your deception.
It sounds like you gave the paladin something.
Oh, the paladin always had something, but that's not for you to know. So yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so I'm not sorry for being a horrible person, guys. If you
No,
want
that
to
was
tell no,
that was amazing.
it was
I was doing a heckin' panic, but it was amazing.
it was for hey, I gave you a wild ride for your first time DMing, and now you are prepared for anything.
Honestly, at this point, I'm just like, yeah, nothing. I don't think anything else I have planned in terms of like various alternatives. I don't think anything honestly has the opportunity to go quite as wildly terrible as this
I
first
wouldn't
bit did.
say that if I were you.
Well, here's the thing,
Oh.
because honestly, there's a lot more I have planned. So I'm sure there
You
probably
never
will
know
be.
what other shit Kira can pull.
Well, yeah, but thing is, I purposefully like I get it's not a spoiler now because again, you guys all know, or at least are aware that Senair is not on your guys'
Sonair is
side.
not friend, and he is eating a baby.
Yes, or trying to eat a baby.
I'm eating that baby.
No, you're not.
And then you're gonna take a nice, relaxing bubble bath.
I will bubble bath
Dear.
and get all this grueling blood off me.
But yeah, no, I specifically, when you sent me the character Sonair, I specifically said, okay, I am accepting this character only if I am going to very quickly pit you against the rest of the party. Because I'm like, yeah, there's no way that character's going to jive with most likely all the other characters. Because at this point, I think you were the first character I actually got.
Yes,
So-
because you said you wanted to DM, and you said your story was almost done, and I was like, hey, can I do this?
And I was like, sure, like a fucking imbecile.
We tried to, I fucking tried to tell you. I tried to warn you about the
Oh,
shit Kira can
no.
pull. I tried. I tried to give you a heads up. I tried to be like, hey, you don't know what you're getting into. Did you listen?
Nope.
Hey, you know what's even
Well,
funnier,
hey,
Chris?
Hey,
I
What?
didn't do any, I stayed exactly in the player's handbook. I never left
Yep.
it.
I know. That's what
Everything was in even
That
my
and you-
spells were in
that
the
and
player's
you-
handbook.
That and you also got really lucky with your rolls. Let's be real.
I'm saying. No, she didn't get
I
lucky.
got-
That's just Kira.
I got a few bad rolls, especially with perception, even though
None of which mattered. Like you could have rolled shitty when Cody tried to cast control on you, which was awesome, and I'm really proud
No,
of.
with my modifier, I had to roll. All I had to do was roll above a 9.
Yeah, but what?
That's
if you didn't?
that's over 50% chance.
Yes, but what if you didn't?
That's fair. What if I didn't?
Yeah.
But still, I on a lot of those rolls, I'm like, I have over a 50% chance of succeeding, guys. Do you understand?
Yeah, but then also your AC is really low, so I hate you with spears.
Yeah, my,
Yeah.
as a warlock, my AC was very low.
If Rue had figured out what the fuck was going on, shit would have gone down.
Yeah, so here's
It was-
the thing is, Kira, is I'm realizing I'm the type of DM where it's like I don't go out of my way to like really kill any of my players, like some DMs. But the thing is, which is also a totally valid way of DMing. I'm not knocking that way of DMing at all. But
fun.
it's just not. It is fun, but thing is, the more you describe how near invulnerable your character is, the more I'm like, time to fucking test this theory.
I gave you a monster.
Yeah, you gave me a monster, and I'm like, well, I'm going to try my damnedest to kill it.
And you failed.
Well, actually, no. I'm not trying to kill Sinair. Not right now.
You want him alive for a little bit longer. He's fun. You gotta admit, he's fun.
Oh, he's a lot of fun. Did I mention that that Nomi fucking toss? I had a whole conversation. I had a whole conversation set up with him about how he was gonna try and
bribe you.
Well, how he was basically going to demand bribery to let you through, because normally he doesn't let anybody into Sangvar, but then the elf bribed him.
Nope, yeet.
So he literally goes, before I can even get a word out, you just yeet him into a wall. And
yeah,
I'm like, I'm not even going to roll damage for that, because
splat.
He goes splat, and that was it.
So what I rolled? Didn't I roll a nat 20 to throw the
You
gnome
rolled a
or
nat
something?
20.
And then my modifier is +4 because I had 18 strength. Sanair is hilarious, guys. Hilarious.
This entire episode is basically just gonna be about
I figured it would be. You guys said it last night that it would be.
Yeah. It's just a recap.
Just a recap of what we did till 1:30 or 2 a.m.
1:30.
It was 1:30.
We went
Almost
from 9 to 1:30.
I figured out. I did the math. I sat on that bed for 8.5 hours, basically.
Yeah, I had the same thing in this chair.
That was longer than I worked that day.
If you hear noises, I'm sorry. I'm scuffling.
But yeah, no, it was a really, really fun experience. I'm not gonna lie. And I was also freaking out a little bit, because I'm like, oh shit. I should have made this tougher for you to get to the goddamn baby.
You made the baby too easy. I got the baby.
Yeah.
Baby for me. Baby a snack. This is the one episode where someone bothers to comment and they're just going to just tear me apart about how I'm a terrible person.
I mean, yes.
Do it. If you're afraid to comment, do it. Do it. Call me the terrible person. Do it.
We all know.
We know.
Do it. Blew it.
I love how Sanair is now probably, even though he's only gonna last like 3 or 4 sessions technically that I get to play him, he's probably gonna be up there in like Kira's top 3 most famous characters.
Oh yes, I've already been talking to Em and Boris about
what
it. So
I
I'm
did.
like, oh, you guys need to hear about this shit.
Oh yeah, I was in a group chat like in another Discord, and I was telling about the shit that happened yesterday.
Did you tell them that this is the same person that created Barnabas?
No, because I hadn't told this group about Barnabas.
Oh, because I know in one of your groups Barnabas became a meme or something.
Yeah, I think that was
Barnabas
a while
has
ago.
become a meme on this podcast.
I don't think
he is a
in that
meme.
group
I mean,
chat
yeah.
anymore.
It was really bad though, because from my point of view, I went 5 o'clock was Pippi Longstockings. I play a 12-year-old child
Welcome to our life.
in my life. But at the end of the podcast, we were having like right before, not the podcast, end of that D&D section, it was like a 45-minute gap for me and Chris, and we just stayed on the call with one of the other players. So he was having an existential crisis about something.
But
So I was like,
wanting to choose a spell or something like that.
yeah, it was like a player, it was his character's existential crisis. So I'm like, well, let's solve this. We both love roleplay. Let me just fall into Pippi's voice, and I asked him as Pippi would. And then right at the end, just to, because I knew it would fuck with him real bad, I switched into Barnabas's voice. I went from this voice to this voice in the same sentence. Like having a full-on conversation as a child and then switching it to Barnabas without a single flux. It broke them a little.
Yeah.
No bothers were given that day.
And then I went right to Sanair.
Yeah. I'm intrigued on what your next character is gonna be. I'm not gonna lie.
I already gave it to Devin.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. I think it won't be obviously as
I
Say this
played
now.
nicer.
yes.
It won't be as chaotic.
Well, I feel like you can't really go much farther than...
You say this now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna shut up.
Devin.
Give it enough time.
Devin, I could give you another Barnabas. As a real bard.
See, I'm okay with the chaos as long...
Are you?
As long as it's not gonna put you at odds with the rest of the team.
Pretty sure sleeping with someone might put me at odds with the team. Especially depending on who it is. Or what it was.
Yeah.
But, like, not to the extent of kidnapping a child that one of our other teammates had been sent to find and bring back alive and eating it.
I didn't kidnap it. It was already kidnapped. I was eating it.
Yeah, regardless.
That's finders keepers does not mean you get to eat baby royalty.
Who cares about royalty? Baby is baby. Baby is baby. I was told to do it. My DM and my patron told me to do it.
If your DM and your patron told you to jump off of a cliff, would you?
Yes.
If you had the chance to change your fate, would you?
No. No, I loved it. It was great.
This is an interesting episode.
Talking about eating babies. Yeah, that was it was great.
It was pretty great. I hope, McBride, you had a fun time with that, because it's gonna be...
Oh yeah, no, it was fantastic.
Don't you love Kira roleplay?
Don't you love getting betrayed by one of your other teammates?
I mean, I knew it was coming at some point. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Did you know it was me though?
It's always you.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's safe to say I had a pretty strong feeling.
You did promise chaos. We had an idea of what we were to expect.
Well, no. Did you really?
Well, we didn't know to expect that, but we knew to expect something.
I only bring chaos. I've only played one lawful character in my life, and I hated it.
Oh no, Boomy has come to say hello. Hello, Boomy.
Hello, Boomy.
Meow.
He's stealing my pencil crayon. He's standing up.
Meow.
No, we cannot eat the crayon. No.
Snowcloud is asleep in her chair right now. But I'm facing Dumont right now. I've got the chair turned the other way.
Facing the dragon.
My little guy's out in the backyard, apparently.
Not jumping the fence?
No, he's chasing bugs, apparently.
Aww.
That's cute.
Yeah, it's gotten bad because at the beginning of the sessions, I actually went and grabbed the cat because I knew within an hour of me sitting here that she would start banging on the door.
Yeah.
I mean,
Got
you
the
might as well
cat.
just accept your fate.
Well, I just knew better, and all I did when I got up and I heard Mom going, "Why do you need your cat?" I'm like, "'Cause I know she's gonna bang on the door within the hour. 'Cause she knows where her chair is."
And she knows that the room must be open when I am playing.
Room
Well, no, the
must
door
always
closes.
be
I close
open.
the door again when she comes in. When she wants out, she waits by the door, so I get up and let her out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kiki does not like doors to be closed, but I have no choice because Boomy is a demon.
Demon baby, just like his namesake.
Yeah,
True.
kinda.
King Boomy is fantastic.
Oh, he's awesome.
Noise.
We're about halfway through. Do we want to play the game?
Sure.
Let's
Sure.
do the game.
The game. For those of you who did not tune in last time, or have not tuned in forever and ever, and this is your first episode, the game. The game is a music trivia game. It doesn't have a title yet. It's just called The Game, and it might stay that way.
Not to be mistaken by
That's okay.
with the game.
Which you now all lost.
God damn it.
See, I already knew that's exactly what I was referencing, so.
I know you were. That's why I stated it in case they didn't get it immediately. Yeah, so I pick 2 songs, and I will say you guys have 5 minutes to guess the song name and title. And at the start, I will give you a maybe not opening line if in case it contains the title of the song, but first line. After a minute, I will give you a chorus line, and so on and so forth. Every minute, I will give you hints until you guys get the name of the song and the original artist of the song. There are bonus points if you can name me a movie, not TV show, of what the song was in. You get a bonus point. If you can name the featuring artist, you get a bonus point. If you can guess the applicable, if it has one, second title of the song, because some songs do have two titles, I found out
You were
the
adding
hard
a
way.
lot more specifics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more explaining here are all the rules I didn't explain last time. You can get a bonus point. The first song is easier to guess, being it has been at one point a top 100 song of the year in Canada, guys, specifically Canada. The second song I pull out of thin air from the bowels of the internet.
I'm probably gonna fail at both.
Sadly, Devin, I have also the score sheet for the last game, which I will continue to fill out. You are in second.
What?
Yes.
Because you were able to name
You
the
got a
movie.
bonus point for Deadpool 2 having
That's
9 to 5.
true. That's
Correct.
true. I did.
Chris did not get any because McBride immediately knew what the song was, which
I
was
also just
Dolly
didn't
Parton.
know what it was.
Yes. You knew who Dolly Parton was, though, at the end.
Well, yeah, of course I did.
And I did choose a song that was from, like, 85.
Yeah, so.
These ones are a little more recent. I checked. I did make sure to pick a more recent song.
I appreciate that.
So you guys ready to play the game?
I think so.
Let's do it.
Okay, I will start the timer after I say the line of the song. Where the fuck did my lyrics go? There they are. Sorry. And the opening lines I'm giving you. You'll say we've got nothing in common, no common ground to start from.
Oh.
You guys don't get one guess each anyway. You guys can keep calling out answers.
Repeat that one more time.
Yeah, I will repeat it. You'll say we've got nothing in common, no common ground to start from. I have to be very careful not to sing. It's very hard.
Oh, I recognize it from somewhere.
You're all gonna
That
kick
sounds like-
yourself.
That sounds like a sappy song.
Oh.
It's like I can actually think it's really close.
Ooh.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait for.
Oh fuck. That's not.
Yes, talk through.
That's not Adele, is it?
It is not Adele.
Okay.
No.
I didn't think of putting an Adele song, but 1 minute has passed, guys, so you get a chorus line. She said, I think I remember the film. That's all I'm going to give you because the chorus has it is very hard not to say the title of the song. It is one of those.
Sucks because there's a lot of songs where it's like I do know the song, but I actually don't know what it's called because I'm an idiot.
Yes. Don't worry, this is a song. Who the artist was. I had to do a Google
Shit.
to figure out who originally sang this song. Because the ones I thought who originally sang it were not the original singers.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
why
did
you
a cover of
specified
it.
that today.
I'm just kind of spitballing. It's not Journey, is it?
It is not Journey.
Not Journey.
Journey would have been good. I didn't think of picking a Journey song.
All suggestions for future times.
Yep.
They are. Every time you guys name things, I think of it. But there's the 3 minute
like,
mark
ooh.
just went by. This song was actually for the year-end charts, 1995 and 96. It got 2
Year I
years.
was born.
Brian
Yeah.
Adams.
Well, It is not Bryan Adams. I don't think Bryan Adams was making songs in 95 and 96 anymore. I think he was dead by that time.
No.
He's not dead.
No,
Bryan
Bryan
Adams is
Adams. No, I think Bryan Adams is dead now.
No.
He's not
very
dead.
much alive, Kira.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know who you're
Died.
thinking of, but Bryan Adams is definitely not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
he's still
I
alive.
don't know who I'm thinking of, but I'm thinking of someone. But yes.
And he was making songs in the 90s.
He
Yeah, I
was.
Let's see. Wow, I don't know who I'm thinking of.
I think he's still making songs, to be honest. Well, I don't know
Yeah.
about now, but like he probably stopped. Maybe the last album was like 5, 6, 7 years ago or something.
You guys have under 2 minutes left now.
Oh god, I don't know. My mind's on Bryan Adams now.
Yeah, I know. I noticed.
I'm just drawing.
Just like quick
blank.
Google search. Fuck, is he actually dead? I don't know now.
I just did that. He is not dead.
No, that's why I looked it up. That's why I looked up to see if he was still recording music.
Yeah, he is. He just made an album that came out in 2019. But he
Hey,
didn't-
there we
go.
Yep. Nothing came out for 95 though. Yeah, so we did pass. We're almost at the 1 minute mark, guys. This song was actually a one-hit wonder from the creators.
From
And it
the
has
band.
band creators, artist. I'm really bad. It is featured in no movies though, so there are no movie bonus points. But it is in several TV shows, which I will not accept because unless you can literally name the TV show this down to the season and episode, I will give you a point just for applause if you can do that. But not just naming the TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea.
Bare Naked Ladies?
No, they're not a one-hit wonder.
They are not a one-hit wonder.
No.
That is the band though I thought originally made the song.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You have 20 seconds.
I have no idea.
I
I will
totally
give you the
drawing a
rest
blank.
of the. I will give you the rest of the. And we're falling apart. You say the world has come between us.
Nope.
Our lives have come between us. Still, I know you just don't care. And that's the end of the timer. That's my timer going off. Would you guys like to know what it was?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
The band was Deep Blue something.
Okay.
The
Deep
song
Blue
was
something.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't even think I've heard that song. I just know it.
So that is actually, that title is from a movie.
Yeah, that song is actually based on a movie.
It is based off of Breakfast at Tiffany's.
It is based off of Breakfast at Tiffany's, which came out in like what, the 60s or something?
Yeah, 60s. That Aubrey Hepburn was in it.
Yeah. It is based off the movie, but it is not featured in the movie.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually heard the song.
I don't
It's
think
a
I
good
have either.
This is happy. Oh wow. I thought this is a song you guys would all guess off the top of your heads.
No.
No,
But
I
I
don't
thought
know
it was gonna
sh-
be
I
the
don't know
artist
shit
that
about
stumped you.
music, I'm not gonna lie.
And this is like the opposite of my music taste.
Yeah.
I mean, I did say
it-
it sounded sappy. That's about as much as far as I got.
Yeah. It is on the sappier side, but it has a poppy beat.
Of course it does.
Yeah, it
Especially
came
if
out
it's a
in
one-hit wonder
95,
thing.
man.
Yeah.
So that's a 0 across the board for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, are you ready for okay, I have to give you notes on this song before I give it to you. This song.
Oh dear, that's always a good sign.
So this song is worth a total of 3 points for. It has 2 titles.
Ooh.
Oh,
It has
okay.
2 titles, and the artist is not featured in anything. I have less information on this song than I did with the Cult of Dionysus.
Okay.
I have nothing. I searched everything, and I have nothing. I think it's actually easier because this song was actually advised by my brother to walk over to brother and ask him. that is how obscure we are going in this corner.
Watch as I get
Also-
this one.
Also, I'm lenient on one of the titles because both between the two of us, we don't know how to pronounce it.
Oh.
We don't know. So I will be lenient on a title. Are you guys ready?
Oh, okay.
Sure, let's do it. I'm not
Let's
probably
do
gonna know
it.
but
Also,
it's,
since we just
let's
talked
go.
about guys might hurt me.
Oh,
It is.
no.
It is the
Oh,
Sun Air
boy.
song.
Oh no.
It's a baby.
It is
eating
not a
song.
baby eating song, but when I get to the chorus line, you will understand. So the line I'm giving you to begin with is, "My grip on my secrets slipping while I'm speaking in tongues, screaming at the top of my lungs in the confession booth."
I know. This sounds really familiar.
And I have started the timer indeed.
Can you repeat that?
My grip on my secrets slipping while I'm speaking in tongues, screaming at the top of my lungs in the confession booth. It is very hard not to sing, guys. So hard.
Yeah, I have no idea.
I am driving in my chair. It's pretty great. Yeah, this is very obscure. I know you guys love it when I take these obscure songs from the internet.
I don't even know well-known songs. I'm not gonna know jack shit about the obscure ones.
Yeah. Yeah, the obscure ones are in there more of just like my amusement. I have scaled it. Because I have the songs for next week. There's the 4-minute mark. You guys get the chorus line now. "I'm just a psycho babe. Come and go out my mind. I didn't lose it, babe. There wasn't much to find." ×2. It repeats itself.
It's not Psycho Killer, is it?
No.
It is not Psycho Killer. That would have been funny.
That
I
was
know the
like,
lyrics to that one.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Do you understand why I meant it's a Sun Air
Yep.
song now?
Hearing that, I'm like, oh yeah, there you go.
Now it makes sense.
And plus, she wouldn't give us the lyrics with like the title in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do try. This one I would actually, because it just doesn't make sense.
It's not Simon Curtis, is it?
It's not Simon Curtis.
You said-
And there's the 3-minute mark.
Okay.
I will say, I might be a little bit wrong. I believe it was 2012. The lead singer, I'm not sure if it's just one artist or the lead singer, did so many drugs he does not remember an entire year, and made several songs about it. I don't know if this is one of them.
That could be so many music artists.
I believe the year was 2012. Don't even have a year what song this came out. Does that tell you how much I don't have?
You said it sounded like it could have been either the artist or just the musician or just for a band. Like,
Well, because originally I have like just the artist, but when I bring up the lyrics, I have the artist and it's a band, so I'm not sure. If you just give me the name of the artist, I will
is
accept
it
it.
Jeffree Star?
It is not Jeffree Star.
Thank God.
I would throw that man out the window if I could find him. That's the
gonna say-
2-minute mark, and I have no more information to give you. Actually, I'm sorry. I can give you more lines.
Could you tell us if, like, what genre it is, maybe?
I can't find it.
Okay.
I would love to give that to you, but I don't have any information I can find.
Alright, I'm
On
gonna
this
throw a
song.
name out there. I don't know if it's right or not, but it's the only one that's coming to mind. Nathaniel
for it.
Rateliff and the Night Sweats.
I like it, but I don't know who that is, so it's not that.
Okay. Just as soon as you said it's like blank and the blank, that's where my
Yeah.
mind went.
That's fair, but like every time I look at it, it's just the artist. But now I brought up the lyrics and it says "Enda," and I'm like, this is the first time I've seen this.
Oh, okay. Well, they probably would have helped out on the writing the song then.
Yeah, actually, I think it might have been. How about, you know what? I'll give a nice hint. We got 1 minute. The album, which I think is his only album at this moment, is called The Normal Album. That's actually the title of the album.
Yep. I still.
The Normal Album. I'm clicking through articles, and most of them are like how to play the song on ukulele. That is one. That's like the third option, guys. The third option.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know.
25
Gautier?
seconds. No. Ooh, that would have been good too. That's obscure and a top 100 chart song.
See, there you go.
You're just giving yourself more fuel to.
I know. And of course, by that, I'm just giving myself more reasons. Like, fuck, I need to like research everything on all of these obscure people.
And there's the timer.
What the fuck?
I will give you all one more guess if you have one. Let's just.
Yeah, I have
I'm trying to think if I know anybody obscure.
I know obscure artists, but not this one.
I am obscure. I've taken obscure to a whole new level.
I got nothing.
Alright. Alright. So, as I said, this song does have two titles. The first title, which is the main title, I don't know how to pronounce. Because it's, I think the first two words are second tonight, and then I'm going to type it for you. I'm going to assume McBride will put it on the screen.
I shall.
And you're all going to be confused as I am and how this is a title and how to pronounce the last word.
Second. What?
Tonight.
Second
Yeah, we
night
don't know.
beer?
Second night beer?
Oh, it might. Why would it be deer?
I don't
It's a
know.
2.
Beer.
It's 222.
Beer, I said.
Oh, yeah. Me and my brother are just like I don't know.
2
The second
seconds,
title of the
2
song is
nights,
called.
Tour. I don't know.
That's what I said is tour. The second title of the song is just called "That Was Fun, Goodbye."
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
It's a much easier title, and it is by Will Wood and the Tapeworms.
I've never heard.
This is the first time I've heard
of
the Tapeworms
any
part,
of
as I said,
this.
looking at the
Never
lyrics.
heard of it.
Obscure.
Yeah. I mean, kudos Vince for contributing an obscure song.
Very
Yeah,
Either
obscure.
no,
Yeah,
but he got
Vince's
it.
version of it. Yeah, no, he kind of Vince's way of getting me to listen to the songs he likes is if I have tunes playing on YouTube on my computer, which is quite often. He just walks over, clicks the search bar, types things in, and says listen to it, and makes me physically listen to it because I was listening to music and he changed the song.
How does one find a song like that?
He has a poster of it now. He just received it in the mail. I don't know where he found this.
That doesn't
I don't know, man.
didn't explain how you find this to begin with.
I don't know, man. Well, I assumed that's all. I assumed it would be all zeros unless one of you had heard of Willwood, which I doubted it. So I did assume that song would be all zeros. I was saying in the middle of it though, I did pick a less obscure song for the next week's because I have that one picked out already.
Yeah.
It's more of this guy's actually semi-popular, but he's never made it onto the top 100s. So there's that. Look forward to that next week. You guys might guess both songs. It's possible.
We might guess a song.
Yay!
I know for a fact I'm not gonna guess any of them because I'm terrible
Hey,
at this.
I do think the one of them is featured in a movie. You might be okay.
Okay.
You just
You
might be.
I'm not
It might be, unless
not
it's a movie that I've
100%,
never
not
seen.
100% because I haven't fully researched it, but I think it is.
Wasn't the Neverending Story one of the songs we mentioned though?
Who? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I swear that was one of them. Because it was in
Possible.
Stranger Things.
I closed my chart, so I don't even know what it was anymore. And my memory is that of a
I
goldfish.
could be wrong.
I wrote this sheet. Well, oh, it was actually just a song I really enjoy. Okay. And it is a top 100. I think it did place in the top 5s, so it is possible.
Huh.
But that's for next week, guys. Did you enjoy your little game?
It was fun.
I do actually advise listening to the super obscure song, the second tonight tour, which is as how it shall now be known.
Yeah.
Oh, It was very happy and peppy and talking about being insane, and I loved it. I love
that's
cooking
on
eggs
here.
too. I was cooking eggs when Vince played that one.
That's
That is
fantastic.
a Senior song.
I was making eggs. And he is because I had my laptop because I was also like cleaning and doing dishes. No, I wasn't making eggs. I was making pierogies. I was making us dinner,
Ooh.
making some pierogies, and I had my laptop on because I was doing work, and I was doing dishes, and my laptop was playing music. I just had everything in the kitchen while I was doing shit. And he's like, "Listen to it." I was like, "I have no choice because the laptop's far away and I'm covered in wet. I can't change the song.
Fair enough.
I don't have a choice."
Oh, do we have a story?
It
time
was
with
actually
Kira?
good. What?
I was just wondering if we had a story time with Kira.
Yeah, we do. We have a story time with Kira.
Oh,
Yay.
do the jingle.
Story time with Kira.
So story time with Kira is we know I'm a monster. We talked about how much of a monster I am many times. I was more of a monster.
What did you do?
This was actually it was a good thing, but I felt like the biggest monster in the world.
What did you
So
do?
there
Okay.
I'll get to it. There are lots of cats in this house. One of them doesn't groom himself very well, so he got a big knot, and when I say a big knot, it was about 50% of his back was one mat.
Ooh.
I hate when that happens.
So me and Vince, we do have an animal shaver, so we got the shaver, and we got him, and we got him in the bathroom, and this is how gentle this boy is. When you shave a cat, you expect him to attack,
Or do
bite,
normal cat
hiss.
things.
normal cat things. He sits on the toilet and it just looks at you with those big ol' eyes and just
Which cat is this?
It was Squeak Squeaks, so his meows aren't
Ah.
even full meows, they're just little squeaks.
Aw.
He didn't bite. He didn't scratch. He tried to crawl into my lap.
Oh,
I was holding him for the most part.
Dang.
Yeah, he just cried. This is where it gets worse though. So we got there are still a few mats on his undersides and by his arms just because they're a little too close to the skin, because we did razor and scissors. I did the scissors, Vince did the razor. If you want to know how bad it was though, we did have a chunk that was of mat that was the size of my face.
Oh Jesus.
That's a lot. Holy shit.
It is most of his it is most of his back is just shaved.
poor thing.
So it did have to be done.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I'm saying uh-oh because Boomy is getting ready to jump onto me again.
Me. Yeah, so and he is a Himalayan ragdoll. So he is quite long-haired, so it really had to be done.
Mm-hmm. Boomy, don't
And
eat
I felt like a monster.
don't eat my headphone.
But Vince asked me, because this happened on last Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
When I go to the store, I buy my crickets. He asked me to buy cat shampoo and conditioner to wash it just to make sure there was nothing underneath the mats that was
Yeah.
hurting him, and I could wash it out. So I got the lovely joy just of me of giving him a bath. He did not scratch. He only bit me once, and that was I had already finished washing him and I was trying to dry him, and that was the only time he tried to bite me.
He was just like, I'm
And
done
even
with
then
this
he
now.
he bit very lightly. He didn't even break the skin. He didn't even mark it.
Oh.
And it was just gentle and let go, and I was like, okay, I'll stop.
That's a very good kitty.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's just like,
no.
hey, I'm done with this.
I-
Can you please stop?
Was the biggest monster ever. I didn't feel bad for eating a baby of Sun Air, but I felt bad for that.
Aw, little thing.
But
I was just like, oh.
It's okay because it's for the he needs that to be done.
He needed it done. It needed to be done because getting mats are really bad. It pulls the skin and all that, and it can cause him harm.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make it feel any better.
Doesn't make it better. I was felt so bad, and it's worse because we're oh, we'll give you wet food after we go over. There's no wet food.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's oh. We gave him half a bag of treats almost.
Oh wow.
Oh, well, that's good.
Well, we were trying to, when we were shaving him, we were giving treats to keep him calm
Yeah.
and try to keep him still. I was holding him, but there was so much mat, I was running out of spots to hold him that wasn't getting shaved.
Oh yeah.
Like, the part, though, that worried me is, like, I was like, oh, I've never bathed this cat. I've bought bath cats that murder me. I have bathed Snowcloud twice. She doesn't like it.
I can't imagine.
They were both when she was very young and a kitten, and so it wasn't too bad. But I was like, he got one paw on me, and I panicked because I was like, oh, those claws are all going in. No claws. His claws weren't even out. And I was like, I'm a monster. He did hide from me for like the rest of the day. He refused to come see me.
That's fair.
Aw.
Though, because that was done, he's
Nick's
very vocal. He's the constant squeakings when you walk out, and it's just I know, yes. So
You're
when I
Nick,
walk
we
into
know.
the kitchen, Snowcloud follows me when I go into the kitchen. Snowcloud follows me if I'm anywhere within the vicinity that can be followed. She is within 10 feet of me at all times normally. If I'm not behind a closed door, that cat is there. I step foot in the kitchen now. She comes and it will be the meow. Yes, Snowcloud. Meow. Yes, I know. Meow. I don't know what I should have for lunch, Snowcloud. What should we make? Meow.
Yeah, normal cat.
It's normal cat conversation. Except now
Yeah.
it's she goes off and then Squeaks goes and she goes off and Squeaks goes and I'm like, I don't even get a word anymore.
They're just talking to each other about you.
Well, it's not that they're both looking at me and crying, and I bend down to open a cupboard on the lower cupboards to look in there to see what I can make. I have the cat trying to crawl in my lap, the cat trying to crawl between my legs. Lemon comes over because she thinks she gets attention.
And she's lemon.
She's right. She's right because if I don't grab onto her, she will bulldoze me over because she's just too big and tries to shove her face under my arms while I'm on the floor.
Booming.
She knows. And then Peach comes over because she's a jealous bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like, I have 4 animals and I just came to look for what to make for lunch.
Yep.
Essentially how that works. But we are at the hour mark.
Yeah,
Probably actually, I think we're a little over the hour mark.
I think so. Probably.
We
That's
will
okay.
have more energy
Last week
next
was a
time.
short one, so
We had a lot of energy today. We talked. We had conversations. There was no silence, so McBride can't instill a horror in the
We're
screen.
very sorry about that.
oh, I still could.
No, do
Please
not.
don't.
Do not.
Gotta give
I
our
don't think
audience
there's
a heart
6
attack.
seconds of silence.
That was just a silence.
Yeah.
There it goes.
No, it says they said 6 seconds. 6 seconds was the time.
Yeah.
But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I think the subscribe button is currently blue raspberry. And you know what? The like button is banana. That tasty artificial candy banana.
Okay, that's the good banana.
Yeah.
That's the good
The
shit.
good banana. The banana that's my alcohol over there. Don't
Oh
put
God,
that
yeah.
in your smoothies.
What did you do?
We talked about the danger juice.
Oh, right.
So yeah, lick those buttons. Tell me what flavors you think they are. And tell me how much of a horrible person I am in the comments, because you know what? None of you'll even come close. And with that, toodles!
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.